MYCETOMA Introduction. Mycetoma is a chronic, specific, granulomatous, progressive, destructive inflammatory disease that involves the skin, subcutaneous tissues and deeper structures. The causative organism may be true fungi, when the condition is called eumycetoma. When caused by bacteria it is called actinomycetoma. The pathognomonic feature is the triad of painless subcutaneous mass, multiple sinuses and seropurulent discharge. It causes tissue destruction, deformity and disability, and death in extreme cases. Epidemiology and pathogenesis. The condition predominantly occurs in the mycetoma belt that lies between latitudes 15 degrees south and 30 degrees north, comprising the countries of Sudan, Somalia, Senegal, India, Yemen, Mexico, Venezuela, Colombia, Argentina and a few others. The route of infection is inoculation of the organism that is resident in the soil through a traumatized area. Although in the vast majority there is no history of trauma, the portal of entry is always an area of minor unrecognized trauma in a bare-footed individual walking in a terrain full of thorns. Hence the foot is the commonest site affected. Mycetoma is not contagious. Once the granuloma forms it increases in size, and the overlying skin becomes stretched, smooth, shiny and attached. To the lesion, areas of hypo or hyperpigmentation sometimes develop. Eventually it invades the deeper structures. This is usually gradual and delayed in eumycetoma. In actinomycetoma, invasion to deeper tissues occurs earlier and is more extensive. The tendons and nerves are spared until late in the disease. This may explain the rarity of neurological and trophic changes even in patients with long-standing disease. Trophic changes are rare because the blood supply is adequate. Mycetoma. Pathogenesis. Filled circle mostly occurs in the mycetoma belt. Filled circle. There are two types, eumycetoma and actinomycetoma. Filled circle caused by fungi or bacteria entering through a site of trauma, which may not be apparent, hence the foot is most commonly affected. Filled circle produces a chronic, specific, granulomatous, progressive, destructive inflammatory lesion. Filled circle results in tissue destruction, deformity, disability and sometimes death. Clinical presentation is mycetoma is painless, presentation is late in the majority. It presents as a slowly progressive, painless, subcutaneous swelling commonly at the site of presumed trauma. The swelling is variable in its physical characteristics, FRM and rounded, soft and lobulated, rarely cystic and often mobile. Multiple secondary nodules may evolve. They may suppurate and drain through multiple sinus tracts. The sinuses may close transiently after discharge during the active phase of the disease. Fresh adjacent sinuses may open while some of the old ones may heal completely. They coalesce and form abscesses, the discharge being serous, serosanguineous or purulent. During the active phase of the disease the sinuses discharge grains, the color of which can be black, yellow, white or red depending upon the organism. Pain supervenes when there is secondary bacterial infection. The common sites affected are those that come into contact with soil during daily activities, the foot in 70%, figure 6.23, and the hand in 12%, figure 6.24. In endemic areas the knee, figure 6.25, arm, leg, head and neck, figure 6.26, thigh and perineum, figure 6.27, can be involved. Rare sites are the chest, abdominal wall, facial bones, mandible, testes, paranasal sinuses and eye. In some patients there may be areas of local hyperhidrosis over the lesion. This may be due to sympathetic overactivity or increased local temperature due to raised arterial blood flow caused by the chronic inflammation. In the majority of patients, the regional lymph nodes are small and shorty. Lymphadenopathy is common. This may be due to secondary bacterial infection, lymphatic spread of mycetoma or a local immune response to the disease. The condition remains localized. constitutional disturbances are a sign of secondary bacterial infection. Cachexia and anemia from malnutrition and sepsis may be seen in late cases. It can be fatal, especially in cases of cranial mycetoma. Spread. Local spread occurs predominantly along tissue planes. The organism multiplies to form colonies that spread along the fascial planes to skin and underlying structures. Lymphatic spread, more common in actinomycetoma, occurs to the regional lymph nodes and increases with repeated inadequate surgical excision procedures. During the active phase of the disease, these lymphatic satellites may suppurate and discharge. Lymphadenopathy may also be due to secondary bacterial infection. Spread via the bloodstream can occur. The apparent clinical features of mycetoma are not always a reliable indicator of the extent and spread of the disease. Some small lesions with few sinuses may have many deep connecting tracts, through which the disease can spread quite extensively. Therefore, surgery in mycetoma under local anesthesia is contraindicated. Differential diagnosis: mycetoma should be distinguished from Kaposi's sarcoma, malignant melanoma, ephroma and foreign body, thorn, granuloma. A radiograph that demonstrates the presence of bone destruction in the absence of sinuses is suggestive of tuberculosis. The radiological features of advanced mycetoma are similar to those of primary osteogenic sarcoma. Primary osseous mycetoma is to be differentiated from chronic osteomyelitis, osteoclastoma, bone cysts and syphilitic osteitis. In endemic areas, the dictum should be, any subcutaneous swelling must be considered a mycetoma until proven otherwise. Diagnosis: several imaging techniques are available to confirm the diagnosis: plain radiography, ultrasonography, CT and magnetic resonance imaging, MRI. Plain radiograph: in the early stages, soft tissue shadows, often multiple, with calcification and obliteration of the fascial planes may be seen. As the disease progresses, the cortex may be compressed from the outside by the granuloma, leading to bone scalloping. Periosteel reaction with new bone spicules may create a sun-ray appearance in Codman's triangle, not unlike an osteogenic sarcoma, figure 6.28. Late in the disease, there may be multiple punched-out cavities throughout the bone. Figure 6.27. Extensive satellite inguinal actinomycetoma from a primary foot lesion involving the anterior abdominal wall and perineum. Spread. Local spread occurs predominantly along ultrasonography. This can differentiate between eumycetoma and actinomycetoma as well as between mycetoma and other conditions. In eumycetoma, the grains produce numerous sharp, bright, hyper-reflective echoes. There are multiple thick-walled cavities with absent acoustic enhancement. In actinomycetoma, the effendings are similar but the grains are less distinct. The size and extent of the lesion can be accurately determined ultrasonically, a effending useful in planning surgical treatment. Magnetic resonance imaging: this helps to assess bone destruction, periosteel reaction and particularly soft tissue involvement, figure 6.29. MRI usually shows multiple 2 to 5 mm lesions of high signal intensity, which indicates the granuloma, interspersed within a low-intensity matrix denoting the fibrous tissue. The dot in circle sign, which indicates the presence of grains, is highly characteristic. Computed tomography. CT effendings in mycetoma are not specific but are helpful to detect early bone involvement. Histopathological diagnosis: deep biopsy is obtained under general or regional anesthesia, although the chance of local spread is high. The biopsy should be adequate, contain grains and should be FXED immediately in 10% formal saline. 3 types of host tissue. Three types of host tissue reaction occur against the organ. Type 1. The grains are usually surrounded by a layer of polymorphonuclear leukocytes. The innermost neutrophils are closely attached to the surface of the grain, sometimes invading the grain and causing its fragmentation. The hyphae and cement substance disappear and only remnants of brown pigmented cement are left behind. Outside the zone of neutrophils there is granulation tissue containing macrophages, lymphocytes, plasma cells and few neutrophils. The mononuclear cells increase in number towards the periphery of the lesion. The outermost zone of the lesion consists of fibrous tissue. Type 2. The neutrophils largely disappear and are replaced by macrophages and multinucleated giant cells that engulf the grain material. This consists largely of pigmented cement substance, although hyphae are sometimes identified. Type 3. This is characterized by the formation of a well-organized epithelioid granuloma with Langhans-type giant cells. The center of the granuloma will sometimes contain remnants of fungal material. Fine needle aspiration cytology. Fine needle aspiration cytology, FNAC, can yield an accurate diagnosis and helps in distinguishing between eumycetoma and actinomycetoma. The technique is simple, rapid and sensitive. Culture. A variety of microorganisms are capable of producing mycetomata that can be identified by their textural description, morphology and biological activities in pure culture. Deep surgical biopsy is always needed to obtain the grains that are the source of culture. The grains extracted through the sinuses are usually contaminated and not viable and hence should be avoided. Several media may be used to isolate and grow these organisms. In the absence of the classical triad of mycetoma, the demonstration of significant antibody titers against the causative organism may be of diagnostic value and aid follow-up. The common serodiagnostic tests are immunoelectrophoresis and ELISA. Mycetoma. Diagnosis. Filled circle usually presents late as it is painless filled circle triad of painless subcutaneous mass, multiple sinuses and seropurulent discharge. Filled circle clinical picture may be deceptive as there may be deep-seated extension. Filled circle may spread to lymph nodes. Filled circle can be confused with Kaposi sarcoma. Filled circle radiologically can be mistaken for osteosarcoma. Filled circle MRI shows typical dot in circle sign. Filled circle open biopsy and FNAC are confirmatory. Management. Ideally, this should be a combined effort between the physician and the surgeon. In actinomycetoma, combined drug therapy with amikacin sulfate and cotrimoxazole in the form of cycles is the treatment of choice. Amoxicillin, clavulanic acid, rifampicin, sulfonamides, gentamicin and kanamycin are used as a second line of treatment. Long-term drug treatment can have serious side effects. In eumycetoma, ketoconazole, itraconazole, voriconazole are the drugs of choice. They may need to be used for up to a year. Use of these drugs should be closely monitored for side effects. While not curative, these drugs help to localize the disease by forming thickly encapsulated lesions that are then amenable to surgical excision. Medical treatment for both types of mycetoma must continue until the patient is cured and also in the postoperative period. Surgical treatment. Surgery is indicated for small, localized lesions, resistance to medical treatment or for a better response after medical treatment in patients with massive disease. Excision may need to be much more extensive than suggested at FRST on clinical appearance because the disease may extend to deeper planes that are not clinically apparent. The surgical options are wide local and debulking excisions and amputations. Amputation, used as a life-saving procedure, is indicated in advanced mycetoma refractory to medical treatment with severe secondary bacterial infection. The amputation rate is 10 to 25%. Postoperative medical treatment should continue for an adequate period to prevent recurrence. The recurrence rate varies from 25% to 50%. This can be local or distant, to regional lymph nodes. Recurrence is usually due to inadequate surgical excision, use of local anesthesia, lack of surgical experience, non-compliance with drugs for financial reasons and lack of health education. Mycetoma management. Filled circle. Ideally combined management by physician and surgeon. Filled circle medical treatment with appropriate long-term antibiotics. Filled circle in large lesions. Medical treatment to reduce the size followed by excision. Filled circle. Beware of serious drug side effects. Filled circle surgery in the form of wide excision and amputation is a life-saving procedure. Filled circle. High recurrence rate.